Jebel Irhoud fossils, discovered in Morocco, are considered the oldest known Homo sapien remains. While their physical features largely resemble modern humans, their brain case shape is more elongated, suggesting a different brain organization compared to later Homo sapiens. However, scientists have not been able to extract DNA from these fossils. Again, scientists have not been able to extract DNA from these fossils, leaving some uncertainty about their exact genetic makeup and evolutionary lineage, despite their classification as early Homo sapiens based on their bone structure. Key points about Jebel Irhoud fossils and DNA. No DNA extracted. Despite attempts, researchers have not successfully extracted DNA from the Jebel Irhoud fossils, which limits our understanding of their genetic makeup and direct comparisons to modern humans. Morphological evidence. The fossils exhibit a mix of features, modern-looking faces and teeth, with an elongated brain case indicating a transitional stage in human evolution, where facial features developed before significant brain shape changes. Implications for human origins. The Jebel Irhoud discovery challenges the previously held idea of a solely East African origin of Homo sapiens, suggesting a wider geographic distribution across Africa during early human evolution. Research limitations. Without DNA evidence, there is still debate about the exact evolutionary relationship between the Jebel Irhoud individuals and later Homo sapien populations. But my opponent is trying to tell y'all that they have linked Berber DNA to these fossils when they haven't even extracted DNA from these fossils successfully. Pseudo-judo at its finest, folks. The Jebel Irhoud fossils, which DNA has yet to be successfully extracted from, are classified as archaic Homo sapiens. Archaic Homo sapiens gradually became extinct around 70,000 years ago when they were replaced by anatomically modern humans. However, some non-modern Homo varieties may have survived until as recently as 12,000 years ago. Time period and event. 600,000 to 200,000 years ago, archaic Homo sapiens lived. 300,000 years ago, anatomically modern humans appeared in Africa. 70,000 years ago, modern humans gradually replaced archaic humans. The term archaic Homo sapien is sometimes used to describe African fossils that are difficult to classify because they contain a mix of modern and archaic features. Some scientists prefer to classify these fossils as a separate species. Homo helmi. This is just the icing on the cake. More is not considered a nationality, but rather a historical term used by Europeans to describe Muslim populations from North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula, primarily composed of Arabs and Berbers, meaning it never officially became a nationality, as the term itself refers to a diverse group of people rather than a specific ethnic identity. Silk is considered an exonym silk with no single self-defined people associated with it. Origin. The term originated in the Middle Ages, where Europeans used more to refer to the Muslim inhabitants of North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula, present-day Spain and Portugal. Not a single ethnicity. Silk. More does not represent a single ethnic group, but rather a collection of people with diverse origins who shared a Muslim faith. Silk. Negative connotation. Due to its historical usage, more can sometimes carry a negative racial connotation when used in a modern context. Kind of like Nigga. Silk. Both the terms Berber and Moor are exonyms. Silk. A exonym is a noun that means a name for a place or group of people that is only used outside that place or group. Silk. King Idris II, son of Idris I, is considered to have unified the Berber tribes and established the first Moroccan state with the founding of the city of Fez around the early 9th century CE. Silk. Specifically between 803 and 826, or 28 rather, CE, during his reign. Key points about Idris II and the Moroccan state. Founder. While Idris I initiated the dynasty by settling in Morocco, it was Idris II who significantly consolidated the state and developed Fez as the capital. Berber unification. Through alliances with Berber tribes, Idris II was able to unite a large part of the Berber population in the region. Idrisid dynasty. This dynasty, founded by Idris I, is recognized as the first established Moroccan state. So, Silk, wasn't no Moroccan state in antiquity, wasn't no Moroccan state in the late Stone Age, Middle Stone Age, nor the early Stone Age. Silk, wasn't no Moors, wasn't no Berbers. And no, I'm not looking to see these names etched or carved in stone 300,000 years ago, but what I am looking for, Silk, is Tuareg DNA at 300,000, Amazigh DNA at 300,000, Guanches DNA at 300,000, because those Jebel Irhoud fossils, DNA hasn't been successfully extracted for you to attach a claim to them unless you have 300,000 years worth of genetic time debt. Silk. Because the way Berber DNA set up, their ancestral haplogroup EM35 that originated in East Africa ain't but 34,000 years old, Silk. So how you make up that large time gap? Let's do the math for 'em, folks. It's a 265,200 year gap in between your ancestral haplogroup EM35 and those Jebel Irhoud fossils, which again, no DNA has been extracted from those fossils successfully, Silk. So how you going to cover those large astronomical gaps? Genetic links cannot, I repeat, genetic links cannot be directly established with the Jebel Irhoud fossils because the extreme age of the remains prevents the extraction of valuable DNA. However, their significance lies in providing a morphological link to early Homo sapiens, indicating that modern human features were present in Africa much earlier than previously thought, suggesting a potential ancestral connection to modern humans through their physical characteristics and the geographic region where they were found, even if direct genetic evidence is missing. Key points about the Jebel Irhoud fossils and genetic links. No DNA extraction. Due to the age of the fossils, scientists have not been able to extract and analyze DNA from the Jebel Irhoud remains, which would provide a direct genetic link to modern humans. Morphological evidence. The fossils' features, like facial structure and teeth, closely resemble modern humans, suggesting they belong to the Homo sapien lineage. Geographical context. The discovery in Morocco, Africa, is significant as it supports the theory that modern humans originated in Africa. Interpretation with other genetic studies. Researchers can compare the physical characteristics of the Jebel Irhoud fossil to genetic data from modern African populations to infer potential evolutionary relationships. To infer potential evolutionary relationships. Silk, ain't no DNA been extracted successfully from these fossils. On top of all that, how was you in Jebel Irhoud if your ancestors' DNA is associated with the Natufians in the Levant? How was you at Jebel Irhoud and your ancestors' DNA is associated with the Helfand culture in the Nile Valley? How was you at Jebel Irhoud when the ancestor of your Berber EM81 and EM183 haplogroups, EM35, is only 35,000 years old tops and originated in East Africa before migrating into the North African regions? And the proof of your migration from the Nile Valley is at Tassili. You know what I'm saying? It's at Tadrat or Caucasus. The evidence of your migration is there. The migration of haplogroup EM35 into North Africa is well documented, and this is the haplogroup that is ancestral to the Berbers. It's 280,000 years too late for Jebel Irhoud. So, Silky, are you putting the Berbers in front of their ancestors? Are the Berbers older than their ancestors, Silk?